All right. Hey, what's up, everybody? I'd like to welcome you all today for a great time with Becca Day. She is a level one, level two, actually, right?
Yeah.
CrossFit coach at D-Town CrossFit. We actually just finished a huge competition, the Battle of the Ages. And I got to meet with Becca one-on-one there. And let me tell you, that place is incredible. I mean, it is just something else. Like it sets the bar on all other gyms. But we're not here about that. We're here to talk to Becca and find out a little bit more about her and get some great advice. But we're really excited to have you, Becca. First off, I just want to start out with thanking you for coming. Thank you for being a guest with us. We really excited about this. And just tell the listeners a little bit about yourself, kind of a little bit about your journey, fitness-wise, nutrition-wise. You've got a ton of it, but let's just hear a little bit of it.
Sure. So, in a nutshell, my name is Becca Day, and I started my whole competitive fitness journey with, I was a collegiate athlete for a while, and I ran track and played basketball, and then I got real burnout, and I started doing bodybuilding, and one day I was flipping through the TV and I saw the Olympics that year they were on, and I saw Olympic lifting, and I immediately fell in love and seeked out a coach immediately, and became obsessed. And I would work out for 6-7 hours a day just lifting, and worked my butt off to get strong. And
Nice you were.
yeah, I had some big success with that. Unfortunately, I had a really bad accident with my shoulder, and it put me out of commission for a while, and I got kind of out of shape, and so I joined a CrossFit gym just to get me out of my funk and get me back in the groove of stuff, and found out that I wasn't too bad at it. In the first year that I was there was a team at the time when we had regionals, and we went to regionals, and I was hooked. So I started doing CrossFit and still lifted really heavy a lot. And then it spiraled into my focus spiraled into what was called the Grid League, because if there was a sport made for me, that was it.
That was the one, yeah.
That was the one. So I did that for a little bit, had some fun times with that, had major success with that, and then went back to CrossFit, went to the CrossFit Games, went to regionals another year, and then kind of shifted my focus to people and helping people out more so, and just living life.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, and we'll talk about what you're up to right now. But I want to go back to kind of the Grid League. Like I kind of followed you a little bit then, but not as much as I do now. But the Grid League, you were actually coined as one of the strongest women in the Grid League. Like cleaning 315, deadlifting 500 pounds. I mean, I stood next to you, and you're not a big woman. Like
I know everyone thinks I'm massive. I'm not that big. I'm not that big.
Kind of tell me how long were you in the Grid League? Like how long did that last, and what kind of experience did you have in the Grid League?
Man, so unfortunately the Grid League's not around anymore, where the professional Grid League isn't. But it started out amazing. The only thing is that they started out too big for their britches, so their overhead and blah blah blah. It was just too much. But it was amazing. We had all these big athletes, big time names. I learned so freaking much just from being around the caliber of athletes that the Grid League drew in. It was just an awesome experience. And we would go out to, most of the time we were based in California, and we'd stay out there our whole season, which would usually be around the summer, and just train nonstop. And you specialize. So my specialty was weightlifting and some weird gymnastic stuff that I can do. and everyone had a job, which was really, really cool. And my roommate, my teammate was Taylor Stallings, who is, oh my God, she's a freak of nature. That is by far the strongest human I've ever met in my life. So that kind of pushed me to become better in a way, because man, I wanted to be as strong as her and not get outworked at the same time. And it was just like friendly competition, back and forth, back and forth. And at the end of the day, she was on my side, which was awesome.
Right.
I didn't really compete against her. Yeah. And we were on the best team, the Brawlers. We won the championship my first year. And then the second year, we unfortunately came in second, which was also the last year of the Grid League. I think they still actually have like a amateur league or something in Florida.
Yeah,
but
I've seen a little bit of that. Yeah, I actually know a guy that went out there to train for that. So someone,
cool.
Yeah, but I can't even think of the name off the top of my head now. But it's kind of the same thing. Well, cool. That sounds amazing. Like really specialized in that one, like your lift. Like, so what were your lifts on that, or was it all the lifts, or?
Yeah, it was everything. So essentially, what the Grid was functional fitness. But so you had teams right next to each other with the same setup, the same rig, everything, whatever the workout was to be, it was set up the same way, and you were racing side by side. The cool thing is that because everything was specialized, say I would go deadlift, I don't know, X amount of weight for 50 reps, and then run back and tag someone in to come do 50 muscle ups or whatever. So it was constant transitions, a lot of strategy, and it was really, really exciting to watch, because oh my gosh, just the stuff that people could showcase and how fast it was to keep or hold someone's attention was pretty calculated, pretty smart.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I definitely have gone back and looked at some clips, and it's very interesting. So then take that and then go into the team, make it into the games as a CrossFit team. How amazing was that? Like that's so back when they had regionals just a few years ago. I'm sure that was exciting, but then actually making it to the games. Like,
oh my gosh. Top 3 best moments of my life. Best moments of my life. I moved to New York to pursue that, to be with my other teammates. 2 of them had moved up there. Yeah, all the females that were on my team, we relocated to the Northeast region at the time, because all the guys were in New York area. And we trained there for a whole year and went to regionals that year and won our region. And then that was surreal. That was pretty rad. And then we got to go to Carson when the games were in California. That was last year it was there, which was also really cool.
Yeah.
And had an awesome time. We unfortunately obviously didn't win, but we came in 4th, which was pretty cool.
Pretty solid, yeah.
Yeah, we had some unfortunate things happen to us, and we were just pretty pumped to get 4th.
For sure.
That was, oh my gosh, it was so fun, because our final day, we were going in the final, and we hadn't outright won a workout. And I was like, guys, can we just win a workout? Just win it. And I was the first one to go out for our particular workout, which was pegboard and thrusters, and I won. And it was just the best moment ever. It was so empowering. I just loved it.
That's high level. Like, you can go there and win an event. Pretty solid.
Man, it was really fun. Really, really cool to say.
So now you've got all those experiences. You come to D-Town CrossFit. You're like a sought after coach, a sought after trainer. You do some nutrition training. Like, tell us a little bit about that. Like, what is Becca Day's day look like?
Man. So I open the gym every day. So I coach the morning classes, and then I'll typically have a couple of morning clients, personal clients. And my morning clients, they're special. I love them so much. And most of them I'm rehabbing from injuries. So kind of fun to be with them. And then I'll personally go work out myself. And then I'm in school as well to get my MBA in business marketing. And then I'll come back and go to work and have clients all night. And they have all sorts of goals. They're just, my nighttime clients are just wild. They're all over the place. And then my nutrition clients, they're international. They're everywhere, not just in-house. They're everywhere. And what I do is just work with someone one-on-one. So if I were to work with you, I would find your personal nutritional requirements and your goals and build stuff around that.
Yeah.
So
very cool. So you do your nutrition is like an online kind of training type of thing.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. So where do you have clients? Like, give me an example of like your furthest client and maybe like your most, I don't want to give you names, but like your most challenging situation with the nutrition clients. Like what's
oh man. So my most challenging, I used to FaceTime everyone. And it would take, about 10 minutes just to FaceTime, just to see, I want them to know that they're working with me. They're not working with a coach underneath, like a sub coach, because a lot of people do that. And then you're not paying for what you get.
Right.
So I used to FaceTime everyone. And the most challenging thing was, for example, one of my clients lives in Greece. And their hours are way different from mine. So I would wake up at like 1 or 2 in the morning just to chat with this fella for like 10 minutes. And but it was worth it because he'd be so excited to chit chat about how good he's doing or whatever he want to spend the 10 minutes on, where therapy, venting, bragging, whatever it might be. But yeah, that just the timing. That's really the most challenging thing.
Oh, for sure.
Trying to keep someone off the ledge of being discouraged is also a big part of it.
Yeah.
So.
No, nutrition is definitely one of those things. I find that people try to out-train nutrition. They think they can out-train nutrition and like, hey, I worked out really hard this week. Now I can go and do this. So I can see where training is one thing, but actually keeping somebody on track for nutrition is like a whole different story. Like
everyone always overestimates their energy output. And you think you work a lot harder in what you do. And I don't mean that in a mean way, but I've even done that. I've done it so many times. You cannot out-train a crappy diet. There's very few people in this world that can do it. You know who a prime example is? It's Matt Frazier. When he got second at the games for like, I don't know if it was the first or second time, and he was like, I was just eating like crap. I wasn't, recovering right. Matt Frazier said,
yeah.
You know how much Matt Frazier freaking works out?
Right.
Okay, well, my hour and a half of exercise does not allow me to go stuff my face full of pancakes every day. You can't do that. You just can't do that. So
for sure. And now he's totally changed that. Like you got in Feeding the Fraziers. They have that whole Instagram thing going, and that's that shows like that's a great example of, hey, you can work out for 8 hours a day, but you need to be doing this too.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. I need to find a Sammy. I want to know where he found her because that's amazing.
Yeah, you need to get that cooking going. As you're as busy as you are, like so how does the nutrition work for you? Because you are like super, super busy. Like, do you meal prep? Do you do one of the, like the meal prep services? Like how does that work?
I do both. So I have this awesome company that's local in the DFW area called Mach 1 Foods. They are so rad and so caring, and I love them so much because their food's delicious. They are a small business, and the people are honest and genuine, which I really appreciate. I've worked with companies that have put a lot of BS into their food, and I'm not about that. So they'll send me, I'll usually get bulk orders of chicken or turkey, so I don't have to cook my meat, but I'll prep my breakfast, I'll prep my veggies, the easy stuff that I can do very quickly, just throw in a microwave and steam it or whatever, just to simplify my day. So
that's awesome. Yeah, we use Mach 1 as well, and actually they're going to be able to talk about nutrition in a couple of weeks. So definitely, yeah.
Brad,
I love Brad and Christina. They're awesome. They're awesome. So, well, cool. Well, I know you've got to go. You've got clients coming up. I just want to get kind of a what can you give our audience as far as tips, as far as, you know, just kind of living your best life, doing your best thing, like. What is it that you can tell them that would send them off with, you know, a good to do and a good mindset?
One thing that I've found people do, especially my clients, is and you might even do this, but stop apologizing so much. Stop, because you shouldn't be sorry for anything unless you genuinely mean it. And I'm saying this because I see people, that's a sign of being timid and not being authentic or true to yourself. Stop holding doors open and saying sorry, or stop walking in front of people when you have every right to walk in front of someone and say sorry. Be unapologetically you and be confident, and that bleeds into everything. I know that's such a silly concept, but I see that a lot. And when you stop doing that, you start believing in your power and your being, and you start treating people better and more respectfully, and yourself especially. So just practice, no matter what religion you practice, make self-love a priority in that religion.
Perfect. Yeah. I mean, you know, that's a huge thing. I really like that. That's good stuff. Well, cool, Becca. Well, I certainly appreciate your time. I know everybody's enjoyed this little chat with you, and definitely if somebody wants to reach out with you for nutrition, you've got a new supplement coming out. Hey, can you announce what it is? I know it's kind of.
I can, now that all the legalities have settled around it. So I have back in the day when I my first run in college, I would take Adderall. I don't know one person that did it. Yeah. And it just helped me study so much. Do not take anything now, because Adderall is an amphetamine.
Yes.
So, Adderall is an amphetamine. But I created a natural form of Adderall called Natterall.
Nice.
So I will be launching that very, very soon. I've been testing it out on myself, and I absolutely freaking love it.
Yeah.
I'm just getting all the bottles and the labeling situated right now. If people want to reach me, they can reach me on my Instagram at BeSitLikeBecca. And then my website as well, BeSitLikeBecca.com.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, I know I have a lot more to ask you. I reach out to you all the time. We talk often. But I definitely, everybody go follow Becca. Amazing stuff on there. Her stories with her clients, scrolling through, just inspire me every day. And I really, really appreciate you coming on with us and keep us up to date. Hey, we made it all the way through without the dog.
I'm shocked, but now they want to start. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Y'all have a great day.
You have a wonderful time, and thank you so much. Appreciate it.